Hey guys, what if AI is not the big bad wolf that everybody made it out to be? What if, just imagine, but what if it actually is the tool that's going to be able to help you, creators, business owners, developers, innovators, change the world as we know it? Yeah, everybody talks about it in this scary AI is going to take over everything, the face swapping, the voice cloning. Yeah, I get all that. Yes, and for those who are malicious and do terrible things, yeah, they may just do some terrible things with it. But for those of us who really want to innovate and who really want to change the world as we see it and as we know it should be, AI has definitely helped us to enhance our creativity and master our skills. So I just want to jump into a presentation and talk about the disruption of AI, but not in the way that you may think it to be, not in the terrifying way that everybody's preaching about, hell and brimstones, fire, right? No, it's more in the line of you being able to create and grow your business if you're an entrepreneur, or you being able to create and grow your content if you're a content creator, or you just being able to grow and create and become the best version of yourself. AI can help you with all facets of that. So let's jump into it. Preparing for the AI workforce revolution. Okay, what is this workforce revolution that everybody's talking about? It's not something that's in the distant future. It's actually here. In just the next decade, AI is expected to replace or transform hundreds or millions of jobs worldwide. That's great in a sense, right? Because we've been doing things so archaic. Everything has been done in the old ways. AI is going to be able to enhance a lot of that. Yes, the old ways of maybe factory working and some of the monotonous things AI may come into the space and change, but you need that. We need innovation. You've been told that AI is coming for your job, so you need to, what are you going to do? And people are always terrified when somebody's coming for them in any which way. So they've tried to make it so that it's a terrifying thing, but it should not be. You should see it as an actual blessing in a sense. Everything in moderation. But what if you've been preparing for the wrong one? The jobs most at risk aren't what you think. While the disruption may seem daunting, meaningful preparation can help you adapt and remain competitive in the future workforce. And that's most important. You want to remain competitive. That's what it's all about when it comes to this workforce AI revolution. You want to remain competitive. You want to keep your skills in par or up to par or just further beyond so that you're able to do what you need to do. Continue to jump into this. Move my big head out the way. Put it up in the corner. Yeah, guys, so the scope of the AI job disruption. Hold on, my phone's going off. This is real time, guys. So, yeah. As you guys already know, I always keep it authentic with you guys. So back into it. So the scope of the AI job displacement. So 30% of US jobs automated, 60% of jobs transformed, and 300 million globally impacted. That's huge. But again, don't look at it in a negative manner. Try to, flip the script. Just look at it, just change your perspective a little bit. So by 2030, up to 30% of current US jobs could be fully automated. This is not going to be, what we see in the movies, not yet anyway. But a lot of the things, again, that have just a mundane, that a repetitive task, AI can handle that, right? This way, for those of us who want to increase our skills, who want to be placed in a higher position, we can, right? Because guess what? If these jobs if 30% is fully automated by AI, who's training the AI, right? You need somebody to train the AI. The AI doesn't think for itself until it, it becomes self-thinking, like Skynet and, the Terminator. But we're not going there. Anyway, AI doesn't think for itself. So you need somebody to train the AI. So 60% of jobs transform, right? A percentage of jobs that may be significantly changes in day-to-day daily tasks. So let's do the AI integration, which is fantastic. Again, like I said, the mundane shit that everybody's doing over and over and over again. You know, AI is going to be able to replace that. This way, everything is moving smoothly, and you don't feel like you're boggled down by the same thing, send out the same emails, you know, the same morning, you know, note taking, you know, the same meetings. Like everything becomes just so monotonous that, you know, you start to feel like a robot. You know, AI can kind of replace that, right, and take that over and be able to help you with it. Again, you need somebody to train the AI, right? Just keep in mind, right? This is the perspective I want you guys to have. Global impact: nearly 300 million jobs are at risk globally, representing about 9% of workforce positions, right? Again, don't look at it like at risk of you won't be able to find work. They're still going to need people to train and teach these AI agents, systems, programs, you know, whatever it may be that's going to be created in these jobs. They need somebody to teach. They need somebody to train them. They're also going to need somebody to teach the workforce who is there how to use AI, right? So there's so many other positions that maybe AI may take over, but there's so many other positions opening up. There's a whole new world opening up because of AI. So entry-level, repetitive, and standardized roles, like I just mentioned, across manufacturing, finance, customer service, and tech, are the most vulnerable, you know, when it comes to automation. Again, you need somebody to train the AI system. You're going to need somebody to train the customer service. You're going to need somebody to train the tech. So do you see where I'm going with this? It's not a matter of jobs being taken away. It's just a disruption of how we thought jobs were to be, right? So now moving into the future, it's going to be a whole new world. So the key preparations and strategies you want to keep in mind, because again, this is something that you want to keep in mind for yourself, that, okay, if AI is coming into the space, I want to be ahead of the game. I want to be able to, you know, make sure that, you know, I understand it for one, you know, and I'm not behind the 8-ball. So upskill, right, and reskill continuously, just like everything else that we do in the morning. I mean, I do it during the day, right? Every day you're doing something new, or you're learning something new, hopefully. Right? If you're the person that just doesn't want to learn something new, then you're that person. And, you know, I mean, God bless you, and for real, and, you know, good luck. But for those of us who want to continuously learn, keep up skilling yourself, right? You know, reskill yourself. You know, there's so many different ways that you can do that. You know, the YouTube is prime example. I'm teaching, right? For those of you watching. So, you know, there's a number of different ways. It's not about finding excuses. It's about being resourceful. Right? You don't want to find excuses. There's an excuse for everything, but be resourceful. Be that resourceful person to find out methods and ways that you can get whatever you're trying to get accomplished done. Right? So stay current by enrolling in online courses or workshops. You know, AI literacy, you know, data analysis. There's so many different things that you can learn. Whatever you want to learn, search for it, right? The courses are platforms. You know, there's courses. I mean, Udemy. LinkedIn has, you know, courses. So there are a number of different ones. I'm not going to necessarily list them all out. This video needs to be extremely long. I just want you to change your perspective, or even broaden your horizon to how you can get and build your life upon utilizing AI. Use it as a tool, not look at it as a threat. Develop basic proficiency in the software. You know, Excel, Google, you know, Google Workspace, you know, Docs, just regular things that we are using every day. Just, you know, become proficient in it. You know, and also prompts, understanding the questions that you're asking AI. AI can even self-learn. So if you're writing a prompt and that prompt is not good enough, ask AI to rewrite the prompt. If you're writing an image prompt, if you're writing a customer service prompt, if you're writing an email prompt, ask AI to rewrite the prompt, or give me suggestions on how I can make this prompt better, right? It will continue to self-learn, and you'll be able to learn as you're doing it, because we learn by doing, not just by watching. So build future-proof human skills. As you already know, guys already know, you know, for those of you in the entrepreneur space, you know, there's soft skills, that's communication, you gotta know how to sell, you have to learn how to network, and then there's hard skills, right? And then there's things that you're just gonna have to learn, like coding. And, well, now that we have AI, you may not have to learn coding, at least have an understanding of it, so you ensure that the AI is doing the right thing. But, things of that nature. So, creative problem solving, that's something that's never gonna change, okay? And everybody keeps texting me while, recording. So, yeah, don't mind that, guys. Pardon the interruption. But, problem solving, right? AI can't problem solve. right? So you're gonna have to teach it. It can give you problems, it can give you solution, but it doesn't problem solve. So this is where you come in, right? You know, you're a human, so you have the ability to problem solve. Utilize the information and the suggestions that you're getting from AI to be able to problem solve or to solve those problems that you encounter, right? Approach challenges with innovative thinking. You know, think innovatively. Hey, there are times that I have an idea in my head, and half the time I'm right, but I just go to AI and I ask it, and I say, okay, and I even talk to it like a friend, as you should. Oh, I thought I was crazy, and it says, no, you weren't crazy. You were thinking like this, or you were thinking like that, or do whatever it may be this way, because we have a lot of thoughts in our head. Over 60,000 thoughts, are happening, in our head at one time. So it's really important for us to be able to have communication and get some of that out. Because again, that's what AI is there for. Emotional intelligence. AI is not going to have emotional intelligence. Remember, it is a machine. I mean, yes, they're going to be able to teach it all of this empathy and all of that, but this is something that's inherently us, right? You grow up inherently, compassionate. You grow up inherently empathetic. So this is where, AI, it won't be able to facilitate that, but you can. Right? You can facilitate that. So, understanding and managing emotions effectively in interpersonal relationships and workplace dynamics. So you want to, that's something that AI can't do. This is where you are able to come into the space. Leadership and adaptability, right? Guiding teams through challenges and demonstrating resilience as workplaces evolve. Humans are able to do that. Yes, you can have an AI on the screen talking to you and like some of the future movies that we're watching, but humans still love humans, right? We're still in a time where we connect to each other face to face. You guys watching me now are connecting. If I did this using AI, it wouldn't be the same impact, right? Even the mistakes that I'm making just shows that I'm human. So you want to be able to have that human connection, and that's how you human proof your skills. AI will never be able to take that away. So gain AI competency. So what does that mean? It means learn, man. It means just go out there, start learning about the thing, right? Start playing with ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, Gonk, there's so many of them, right? Claude AI, there's so many of them. Just play with them. Just see what it does, right? Give it a small task. See if it can help you with recipes, and just start small, and then from there you'll be able to grow to develop a bigger palette for asking it questions, right? Human in the loop, right? Learn to use AI systems, effectively, because it's important for you to be able to see how it works and to see how you're able to either grow your business, help somebody solve a problem, no matter how it may be. Definitely continue to learn AI. Prompt engineering, just like I was mentioning, learn how to write prompts, right? Ask it a question, ask it another question, ask it a longer question, ask it how to develop some of this, then just continue asking it questions. And if you feel like your question is not good enough, ask it to give you suggestions on a better question. It will be able to give you that kind of type of information. That's what AI is there for, like I mentioned earlier. An ethical understanding, right? Understanding the ethics and the legal implications, that's not a word, implications of AI, right? You definitely don't want to be doing anything malice or maliciously evil, right? You want to be, if you're in a space where you're trying to make money, you're trying to build a business, you're an entrepreneur, I already know where your mindset is. We're not even thinking about that along those terms, right? But if you're into scamming and you're into all of that, there are implications to that. Don't think that you're just going to use AI and get away. You can still go to prison type shit. So you want to be able to kind of, do the right thing, but utilize it to its full capacity, because again, it's going to take you there if you allow it. Embrace automation and technology, right? Accept changing proactively. There's constant changes happening. So you always want to be on top of the changes, or, at least understanding the changes of what's happening in AI. So, you rather than just resisting technology advancements, you want to be able to be looking for new opportunities and things of that nature. Exploring growth sectors. Healthcare is always changing. They're definitely now implementing AI. Green energy, cybersecurity, AI ethics and governance, right? They're always looking for that. Especially, actually, healthcare are looking for AI agents. So if you're able to develop some AI agents for healthcare, some of the processes they have over there, that's $1 million idea right there. It's really a matter of just honing in and locking in and doing what you need to do. And create a concrete action step, right? So enroll in digital skill programs. There are a number of them out there. I don't need to go down the list. You guys can just do a quick Google search and find that for yourself. I don't want to make this video too long. Pursue relevant certifications, right? These are what's going to help you in your company. Because a lot of times Google has a lot of free certifications. There are a lot of other free certifications out there, like such as YouTube, and that are cybersecurity too, with this degree, just to be able to show that you have a understanding of the space and what it entails, right? And you want to network. You're trying to get into, like I mentioned, cybersecurity, folks, right? If you're trying to get into another area of AI or technology, network with those folks, right? Gather where they're at, whether they're LinkedIn, they're on Facebook, TikTok, wherever they're at. Gather there, comment, start talking, start a conversation. That's what's going to open the door. Adopt the growth mindset. So you always want to be growing. Never stop growing. The man who resists change is the architect of decay. So embrace change. Embrace it. It's there for a reason. Right? There's a reason why we have 4 seasons, right? Even if whether you're in California or you're in New York, there's always 4 seasons. It's always changing. Change is always going to come. Embrace it. Cool. So how do you prepare, right, for this AI disruption? Take a screenshot of this if you guys want to, just so that you have it for yourself. Preparation strategies, right? You want to upskill your AI and technology. Why it all matters, because you want to remain competitive. Where to start, online courses, workshop. Develop human skills. Why does that matter? AI can't replicate these systems, right? Like I mentioned before, where to start, teamwork, leadership skills, leadership skill training, right? Gain AI literacy. Why? Because efficient collaboration with AI is going to help you, right, to be able to become better. Learn AI tools and ethics. Embrace change, like I mentioned. Why? Because proactive adaptation to workforce evolution is going to be able to help you continue to grow and adapt. The more you adapt, the more adaptable you become, right? Where to start? Industry news, network, focus on growth sectors. Why? You want to secure future opportunities for the changes that are going to happen eventually. Where to start? Research new industries. Go on Google News. Look around. Just use whatever you need to use in order for you guys to grow your business, because it's important that you don't get lost in these changes that are happening, and you don't fear it. Don't fear the changes. Embrace it. Find out how you can, maneuver your skills and your path within this. No matter how, treacherous it may be, you maneuver this because you have the ability to do so. You are created to do so. We are created to create. So create the life that you have always dreamt of. Right? So that's it, guys. I just wanted to really, change your perspective on how AI is perceived. It's always perceived as the negative, the wolf at the door. It's not that though. It really is. If it is the wolf, it's the wolf that you can train to guard your front door, right? So that you won't ever have any intruders. That's how I would say to change your perspective on it. Do subscribe. If not, it's all good. Still love you. Stand solid.